Emmerdale is about to feel a pretty big gap. And this time, it's not because of drama or the writers cutting a character, but for a very real, very human reason. Isabel Hodgins, the actress behind Victoria Sugden, is stepping away from the show for maternity leave as she prepares to become a mum for the first time. What instantly made me curious is this: how exactly will Victoria leave the village? And why did Isabel say something that sounds both emotional and like she's already ready to take the hit herself? According to the article, Victoria's temporary exit scenes have been confirmed to air on Thursday, 12th of March. This isn't a permanent goodbye. It sounds more like a long break. And the key point is that the show is keeping the door open so Isabel can decide when she wants to return. And that makes me think this exit could be dramatic enough to create a proper peak moment, but still carefully written so it doesn't completely cut Victoria off, leaving a believable route for her to come back when the time is right. Isabel said she thought she'd be really emotional filming her final scenes, because Emmerdale is basically all she's ever known. She's been there for nearly 20 years since her first episode aired in October 2006. And this is her first major break. But then she admitted something incredibly honest. Pregnancy changes your emotions, and the truth is she actually felt ready to step away from filming. That really landed with me because when you move into a new phase of life, some things naturally soften, even the goodbyes you thought would completely break you. It isn't melodramatic. It's a grown-up kind of feeling. You love it, you'll miss it, but you also know when it's time to rest. And the reason is as practical as it gets. Isabel lives in Manchester and has been driving over to Leeds to film. And by the end, she felt exhausted and knew it was time to take a proper break before the baby arrives. That detail really highlights the real person behind the character. Viewers only see Victoria on screen, but for the actor, it's schedules, travel, stamina, and pregnancy makes all of that heavier. She said everything suddenly feels very real now. She's so excited to become a mum for the first time, and she even called it the biggest role she's ever had. Hearing that is oddly moving, because motherhood isn't a part with a script. It's something you step into with love, nerves, and 1,000 unknowns. She also mentioned her husband, Adam Whitehead, who's a teacher, and she believes he'll be a great dad. They're also waiting until the birth to find out whether they're having a boy or a girl, which feels really sweet and peaceful. As for her pregnancy, she said she felt sick early on, but overall it's been pretty smooth, with one extremely relatable twist. She's had every craving, and right now she's craving mashed potato. That kind of detail makes her feel so much more real, because behind the intense storylines and long filming days, she's just a woman who's excited, a bit overwhelmed, and occasionally just wants a really good plate of mashed potatoes. But then we get back to the big question fans actually care about. How will Victoria leave? The article mentions two possibilities. Either she flees the village or she voluntarily goes to prison over killing John. Isabel refused to spoil which one it is, but she did drop a line that really sticks. Victoria is ready to fall on her sword. Basically, she's prepared to face consequences and pay the price. And I think that's what gives this exit real psychological weight. Whether the storyline chooses a runaway escape or a prison decision, Victoria's emotional tone at the end could lean toward guilt, redemption, self-punishment, or at the very least, that feeling of, I'll carry this. If she runs, it could read like someone pushed to the edge, fleeing out of fear or to protect someone. If she chooses prison, that fall on her sword line fits perfectly, like a decision to end the torment or to take responsibility head on. Either way, my prediction is the writers will aim for something that leaves viewers both frustrated and heartbroken, and still keeps a believable path open for her return. Because the article also makes it clear Isabel doesn't know when she'll be back, but she's grateful the show is letting her decide. What I love most about this whole story is how human it feels. Not an explosive off-screen fallout, not a door slammed shut, but someone who's been part of the show for nearly 20 years, stepping into a new chapter of life, and the production, respecting that. Now it's your turn. How do you think Victoria will leave? Will she run, or will she choose to go to prison? And would you want her back as soon as possible, Or should the show let the story breathe for a while? Drop your prediction in the comments for me.